Okay, welcome back. This is going to, if you're on YouTube, this is obviously the start of the second video for this week. If you're on Spotify, this is just the second segment. So this is going to be a bit more experimental for us because we have not done a comic book yet. And so we decided that obviously the most popular ongoing runs right now are the Absolute lines. And we both agreed that the one we would be most interested in is Absolute WonderWoman. So we read the 18
current issues that are out.
Current
the 19th
issues.
comes out. I searched it up. I think I want to say it's like the 20th.
Yeah,
near the 20th of like April.
I'm not sure what the release schedule is for comic lines.
For this one, yeah, I think it's April 20th or something like that.
Yes, so we aren't entirely sure how we want to format these. We don't know if we should do a full review or anything. We're going to kind of just like see how it feels as we go along.
Yeah.
So we're just going to kind of list off some of our points, I guess.
Talking points on the 18 issues at the current point that we're at.
On the 18 issues that we read.
Yeah. Do you want to give your first one? Or do you want me to start?
You can start this one.
Okay. The first thing I want to talk about in regards to like the Absolute WonderWoman line is her fucking design is insane. Like she looks crazy, and I've already said this to you before when I first started reading it, like before you had started reading it in preparation for the episode. I said this to you before. There's a certain point, I think it's issue 6 when they change artists, and she looks so fucking unbelievably fine, bro.
I didn't think there was anything crazy like you did, but like, bro, like I was like, you told me that, and I'm reading the first like 5 issues, and I'm like,
it was when they changed that I was like, oh my god.
They also changed art styles 3 different times, or no, they changed and then they changed back to the one art style.
But that's normal for comics, though.
Yeah, it is normal for comics, but I was like, that's a bit weird.
I liked it. I liked her look a lot, especially when they had the more realistic.
I do think the more realistic
art
style suited this comic a bit more.
Yeah, but it also is like more time consuming and probably more expensive. So it made sense that they didn't do it for the whole line.
Yeah.
But it was really good. I really liked it.
My thing about this is, as I was reading this, I'm looking at it, and I know this is like a common thing with these Absolute lines. I'm reading this, and I'm like sitting there, I'm thinking, this reads like a fan fiction. This does not read like a real, actual, developed story. Like in lines, in dialogue, in the actual story itself, there were a lot of things. And this is not to say it's necessarily bad, but it was not amazing in any way, shape, or form.
But like in terms of like the format of its storytelling, you just didn't like?
A lot of things. Format, like the format of the storytelling, the dialogue. Like it literally was like, and I used to actually read like fan fictions like that. Not the porn ones, but the actual
porn ones. Gotta clarify
because AO3 has done some irreversible damage. But I used to read actual fan fictions of my favorite stories where people would just take the story and then change it and add in like, oh, what if this story had a magic system or something like that? That's literally what this felt. It felt like if they took Wonder Woman and said, "Just throw her in hell."
I mean, yeah, that's what it is, though. Like,
it is what it is, but like you could do it. But they didn't. They delivered it like an amateur writer.
Really? That's how you felt about it?
Yeah, like
you didn't like the level of writing at all. You thought it was amateur level writing.
No, they delivered it like an amateur writer.
Really? You didn't like the level of wow. Oh wow. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go on to my next talking point because I think it's literally just about that. It's like, I thought making her mother Cersei and her being raised in hell was such a good way to differentiate her character because she's still Diana at her core, and the run still represents Wonder Woman perfectly. And I'm gonna be honest when I say this, you're definitely gonna disagree with this after what you just said. I'm not sure I prefer her classic origin over this version.
No, I don't disagree with how they changed the origin. That's not what I say about amateur storytelling. I do agree. I think her being raised by Cersei and having magic and all of that. I will say the 3 different type of lassos were fly as fuck. Yeah. All of that. But that wasn't what I mean by like the storytelling feeling like not good. When you're reading through a lot of the issues, they kind of don't really challenge her in a lot of ways. Like, obviously, she fights, like, the big monster, what was it called? It was, like, a weird word. The big, like, parasite looking thing, whatever.
What was it? It was like something T. What was it?
I don't know.
Keep talking.
But when she's fighting these things, and like a lot of times, they just kind of throw the answer in her face and they don't do a lot about it. Like, okay, for example, when Cersei first makes her the transformation whip, like the green one that transforms her into Medusa and stuff, and she goes and Diana goes to Cersei and she goes, I feel like this is cruel and all of this. And then immediately after that, Hecate, however you want to pronounce it.
Hecate, I think it is.
Hecate, pops up and literally just directly challenges her and questions her, and it just and then she just immediately flips her side and she's like, sorry mother, I was wrong. Or when she turns herself into Medusa and they're saying she needs help turning herself back, and then Steve Trevor just walks outside and he's just like, Diana, you're not yourself, and then she turns back almost immediately. I was reading that and I'm like, this just, like, there was no consequence to her being Medusa. There was no destruction. There was no scenes of people getting hurt. There was nothing about this transformation that really makes me feel intimidated by it when they set it up as something intimidating, like a struggle she has to go through, like a genuine sacrifice she had to make to defeat the monster. Did you get the name?
It just says Harbinger Prime, but that's
no.
Not
Go to
it's
in chapter 2. It's in chapter 2.
Is it? Is this issue 2?
Or it's in issue 2 or 3. It pops up in one of those. But like this like big sacrifice she makes. She has to transform herself into Medusa, into a monster to defeat the monster that is threatening to just kill millions and millions. And it really is just like you're delivering it, and you're not giving me any compelling or any reason to feel compelled, because she just defeats it. And then there's zero consequence. Like, no one gets injured or anything. It should say the name around here, yeah.
Dude, I cannot find this name. The Tetracide, that's what it was.
The Tetracide, that's what it was. I was like, I remember it being like the issue name as well.
Yeah. It was the Tetracide, yeah.
But it's like, you understand what I'm saying, though? Like, she's, like...
I mean, yeah, I guess that's a fair criticism. That's a fair criticism. I think that more applies when she became Giganta.
Oh, yeah, that as well. She's fighting.
I would if you made that point for Giganta, I would agree with you a little more.
I wrote that point
because
they
made a conscious effort to make her evacuate most of the city before the Medusa's thing.
Yeah, but I'm not even talking about like civilian casualties. She should have hurt Steve Trevor. Like that should have been written in. Even if she doesn't kill him, something should have happened that causes a dilemma afterwards. It should not have been he just walks out and he basically says, Diana, the princess, all of this, this isn't like you. You're the princess of hell. You're the
witch of the wild isle.
Witch of the wild isle. All of this. He just walks out and says all of that to her, and then it's just like, yeah, she's just back to Diana now.
I mean, I guess, but that also leads into the annual issue, which I really like. But I'll talk about my next one. My next one actually is Diana and Steve are amazing in this version.
You liked Steve?
I fucking. Okay, it's not that I like Steve specifically. I loved their dynamic, especially when it first gets introduced in terms of like their backstory. Cutting off her arm as a sacrifice in order to send him home was so peak, and I feel like it was just such a good iteration of their relationship, because I feel like it adds a little more substance to it, because it goes from like, because one of the things I really like about this version of Diana isn't exactly the fact that like she was raised in hell and she was raised by Cersei, who's usually one of her rogue villains, and she has magic now. And now she has magic. It's not really any of that. One of the things I love the most about this version of Diana is the fact that like she knew from the beginning of her birth, like from the start of her life, she was told her whole life to prepare to become a champion for humanity. And she spends her whole life with that goal of thinking, I have to be ready for this. I have to prepare for this. And it's a certain level of like, I need to like be ready, and I need to do whatever it takes to be what they need me to be. And like her giving her arm to Steve and seeing that as like, this is my first test that I can't fail. Da, 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 da. I really liked that. Because the way I saw it was like, this is such a good way to like just make her connection with Steve so much stronger, instead of it being just like, oh well, he's the first man I saw, like how it is in the normal mainline comics, where it's like, oh, he's just the first man I ever met, so obviously I have like it's like a little bit like in real life when you like your first ever girlfriend, you more like the reason why you kind of fuck with her so much is because she's the first ever girlfriend you had. Because, like, don't look at me like that. Because, like, whatever point you're about to make is just not true. I can already tell. But, like, you get what I'm trying to say, though.
No, okay, here, let me counteract that really fast. Okay, well, I do agree with you with the cutting off, with the Diana aspect of that. I just did not like, and this is kind of probably...
You think Steve is flat?
I think he's flat, and I'm going to explain why. Because this is probably more of a restriction of you only have so many panels you can use. I understand that. The comic only has, I think they have 31, 32 panels total for each issue. But
I don't know. I have no idea what the number would be yet.
But outside of Zatanna in the later issues, there is not a good side character in this. Like, her main crew.
That's fair.
Is
that's
is
fair.
Is that Barbara Gordon?
No, it's not Barbara Gordon.
It's different Barbara? Okay.
They give her a last name. I forget what it is, but it's not Gordon.
But Barbara, the two other witch store ladies, they do nothing with. And Steve Trevor, it pissed me off the most because he did pop up on that island, and the only real excuse they gave is he was the first man she'd seen. Like, obviously, they said he's like a pilot, and like she talks about him being a hero, but she only really talks about him as a hero because she thinks that because he said he's like he's a fighter. Like, they don't go into Steve because that's a big point.
They don't delve into his character.
That is a big point that is made.
But I think part of that is also just because I'm not defending the comic because I'm not disagreeing with you, but like, to play devil's advocate, I do think that like the reason why they probably avoided doing that is because the same crew she has in this line, she has the same from what I know. Like, a lot of her mainline stuff does delve into these characters a lot. Mm-hmm. And most of the point of this run is to, let's find the differences between this version of Diana and mainline Diana while still being Diana. And so they're focusing more on that instead of being like, let's focus on why Steve Trevor is different in this universe. It's like, no, it's still pretty much just Steve Trevor.
No, yeah, and like, but here's my problem with that is, a big point of Steve Trevor and Diana's relationship is it's not just because Steve Trevor is the first man she ever sees, which obviously that is a part of it. It's the first of the opposite sex, of the one you are genuinely attracted to. Beyond that,
but it's also just that, like, he's so much different than the one she meets directly after.
Yeah, he's so much different because Steve Trevor is just genuinely a very good person.
Yeah,
he is. He literally is a superhero without powers. Basically, he is
pretty much. Yeah,
that's what his character is supposed to be, and like they kind of go into it in the court scene.
Yeah, they do a little bit,
but they don't give him enough, and it is a minor con because I know they only have so many issues. They have a release schedule. They can only put so many panels of Steve when they're trying to focus on Diana.
Yeah,
but it's just the entire side cast up until maybe Zatanna is so flat. It's insane.
I'm not gonna disagree with that. I personally, like, I definitely noticed it. I didn't mind it as much because I personally was one of the people who was like, I don't mind them focusing purely on just like this version of Diana and her differences.
Yeah, but it's to the point where I couldn't even name you the names. I read this today and I couldn't even name you the names of the two black girls who were in the witch shop.
Gia and fuck, I forgot the other one.
Exactly. Like,
I mean, yeah, that's fair. I guess.
When they're her main crew and all of this. And obviously, this is another reason why, and I'm just going to do my next one because it's really short. This is another reason why I kind of consider it a fanfic. But it's just the pacing is so unbelievably fast in this. Like,
that is a comic book thing in general, I think.
That is a comic book thing because, and it is also because they only have so many issues and all of that. Like, that is a common thing with these, is you have to fit a lot into a little. But it is, the pacing is so fast. You barely get introduced to these characters, and then they're on her main crew. Like, then she just pops up the building that's their home base, and then it has a defensive shield, and then she's going into the maze. And
they do give a reason for that, though, to be fair.
No, they do give a reason, but it's like, it's just like, there's no pacing. Like, there is no pacing. It literally is just, you're getting a machine gun of story at your face.
I guess. I think it's just a matter of preference. Because I think that is, like, just something that you see with a lot of the Absolute lines. And, like, I kind of like that, like, way of pacing in terms of, like, specifically for, like, comic book version.
And now that you mentioned that, did you like how Absolute Batman looked in this comic line? Because there is one very specific panel I'm going to show you.
No, not really.
Which we can't show our audience because we don't have a thing. But, bruv.
Yeah, that wasn't the best. But, like, I don't really mind it that much.
Like, I was looking at it and I'm like, wow. Because obviously the Absolute Batmans have a much edgier style, which works better with his character design.
I didn't think he looked a little bit like blocky. At
Yeah,
times.
he looked blocky.
Yeah.
He looked goofy, and then they kind of when they switched styles, he went from looking like a baby face to looking like old and like jagged and all of that. I was like,
yeah, I guess I don't know. I'll give my next one, which is just about the artwork. I thought the artwork was beautiful even outside of like issue 6, because I just thought that there was like so many moments that just like so many good panels that I'm like, this is genuinely beautiful. Like even this that I'm on right now.
yeah, that's on volume
This is
2.
yeah, like I'm looking at issue 2 when she's looking at the Tetracide and she's standing on the beach. This is really good artwork. And she looks really good in these fucking panels, bro.
No,
like,
yeah.
There are plenty of panels like right here where they're showing the Tetracide is really good. The close-ups of her face, like these are good fucking, this is good artwork, bro. It's really good fucking artwork that I really liked. And like even in these like more simple stuff, like I thought here like Pegasus looks really fucking good.
Pegasus with the flame breath. Yeah.
Every time Pegasus is on here, he looks fucking
and
amazing.
He's shooting Prometheus's flame out of his mouth. It's pretty freaking cool.
And the way they draw her with like standing next to other people and like they always like.
Also, how tall is he? Like 6'8"? How tall is Steve Trevor? I did not think he was that tall in the comics.
I think. Because I think it said that Absolute Batman is 6'6",
and she's taller
and she's like an inch taller than him. So I want to say she's like probably like 6'7", and Steve Trevor is probably like 6'8". Maybe around the age.
Because I think he's like slightly taller than her. I think.
I think it might be the exact same height. Let me try to find a panel like here. They're the exact same height.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like pilots aren't that tall. I'm not gonna lie, but.
Yeah, probably not. But still, I thought I had some pretty good artwork.
Yeah, hold on. Let me move on to my next one. And this is okay. There was one panel. Oh wait, no. There's 2 panels with 2 different goddesses I want to talk about. Or one of them is a goddess, one of them is a primordial. The first panel we see of Athena
was crazy.
With the golden wings. With the owl claws. That one was good. But my favorite panel of the whole show, or of the whole comic line, I mean, you know when you see Gaia. And you see Gaia realizing everything that's happening on
Let me actually try to pull that one
That
up.
was in 15, I want to say.
Yeah, at least 15. I could just like zoom through 15.
But like that panel is oh no, it's before that then. Is it after? I don't know. It's something like that.
Yeah, it's definitely after because this is the Batman one.
But it's like you see this Gaia, you see like so much detail on her, like she makes this like cave entrance looking thing and makes it into her face, and then you see just the blood.
This is Athena. Athena looks crazy.
Athena looks crazy. Then you see all of the blood around. Medusa also looks really good.
Yeah, Medusa looked really good, yeah.
But then you see like skeletons in suits. You see wars. You see the Tetracide attacking, I think, in one of them. It might have been like 13 then. It might have been before that.
Fuck.
But there's a lot of panels in that ultra realistic art style where it's like they just deliver. It's just like you just get like almost flashbanged with like the brilliance of the panel itself.
Yeah.
It's like so crazy.
Oh, God, I cannot find these panels with Gaia in it, man.
I think it's like 13 or 14, I thought.
I'm on 13 right now. Was it not?
Yeah, no. It's right around there.
Yeah, it's like around here, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right here. Like,
this one, this is the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, this is crazy.
That is such a good panel. She's like a volcano, I think.
Or not even a volcano, it's more so like a... God, how do you describe
it? An amalgamation of plants.
It's like a mountain-ish kind of thing. Like
it's just it's so good. You want to do your next one really fast?
Yeah, I'll give my next one. Okay. This is something that really hit home to me. Diana wanting to connect with the Amazons because she's never known any of them is such a good plot point. And when she met Io, or like I think that's how you pronounce her name.
I don't know if it looked like 10 to me, but like Io.
It's Io. I don't know, but I just say it as Io. That was such a good plot point to me.
In the panel where she goes back, because Zeus obviously sends her back because no Amazon is allowed outside of Themyscira. So once she gets outside of the maze, Zeus instantly zaps her back to Themyscira. Yeah. And she goes and tells, what's the queen's name?
Hippolyta, I think it is.
Hippolyta. And then they start ringing the alarm bells. It's like, oh, my daughter, like, or what?
Like Diana's alive. Yeah. I can't wait for them to I can't wait for it to eventually get to Themyscira.
Yeah, dude.
I can't wait for that. And I don't know. I really like that shit. I'm not gonna get personal, but you know why this would hurt, like connect with me. I don't know. I really liked it. I really liked the plot point and the way she treated Io when she first saw her, and because you could tell that it not only was a thing of like when she first saw Io, it wasn't only just a thing of like, oh my god, I'm finally meeting another Amazon. You could like the way they wrote it and the way they drew some of the panels. You could tell that even from Io's perspective, it's almost like she's looking at like a
god,
like a goddess, like an actual, like a living legend almost. Yeah, it felt like that's what like you don't get a POV of her at all.
Yeah,
that's just good writing that they're like you could tell.
Also, I will say this is just a brief thing, bro. Her in that armor, wow.
Who?
Diana
in the like with the helmet on, you mean?
Yeah, with the helmet and everything.
Yeah, crazy.
No, but okay,
so crazy. Yeah.
Here's my actual. I think one of my personal favorite things about this, and it's how they handle the female aspect of it, like the female empowering aspect of it.
They do it actually good here.
Yes,
they actually do it properly. This is how you do it. Like, this is how you fucking do it.
I don't remember what goddess it was speaking to, when it was either Hecate or Artemis speaking to Cersei, and they're saying we made her a girl, or she's a girl because they'll
underestimate.
And they're obviously talking about the male gods, because the two male gods we are shown so far in the issues we've seen, Apollo and Hades, complete dickheads.
Yeah.
And I really like it because that's how they should be. That's how they are in Greek mythos. And I like how Persephone, oh my god, Hades.
Persephone was so crazy.
And Diana, that dynamic, that's how it should be. That like Persephone should never be in support of Hades, or like should very rarely be. And so I love that they depicted it like that. I love that like it genuinely feels like the proper way to like push a feminist point without like.
Look at this.
Yeah, like those scenes are that's Hippolyta.
Yeah.
Hippolyta. Like it's like that's like one of the best ways I think I've ever seen in a media of just pushing a feminist point without it really feeling like you're kind of pushing force or pushing other stuff out of the way to put this.
Like this is how you do it properly. It's just like it's so like that's why I was so confused when you said like, oh, it's like amateur level writing, because I'm like, dude, this is good writing.
No,
man.
because like there are points like that, but like the pacing, the storytelling outside of that are
because you just don't like the pacing.
No, it's not it is partially the pacing, but there's a lot of stuff that gets glazed over because of the pacing that makes it just feel it just reads like a fanfic. I'm not gonna lie.
I guess. I mean, I guess I don't know. My next point is something that I really fucking liked, and I'm actually gonna try to see if I can find the panel of it. But her letting, is it Clea? How do you say her name?
Clea.
Her letting Clea go was such good fucking writing, bro.
And Clea going into the sea, and I think she like helps her later, doesn't she?
Yeah, I'm trying to find like the panel where it's like, like she's giving her like the speech of like you are a bad person in this maze. You did bad things in this maze. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to hold that against you because you were put in this position where you didn't really have a lot going for you here. I'm giving you freedom. I'm giving you the chance to be better.
And I like how they give a real explanation for her. Like she's holding the heavenly instrument, and it's like, this will drive any normal person insane. Because obviously Diana's grown up in hell. She's grown up with mental training from one of the greatest mortal magician ever in Cersei, and all of this. So this is just a high-ranking Atlantean, like nothing like crazy, basically.
Yeah.
In comparison, it's like so good and all of that, where she like genuinely like puts the point across, where it's like you weren't in control of yourself, so I will give you one chance.
Yeah, like here it says, like I'm gonna read the line. It says, "You were a monster in this maze, but are you a monster outside of it? I'm willing to take the chance and find out." That's Wonder Woman.
That is Wonder Woman.
That's Wonder Woman, and like that's why I don't like it when people are like, oh well, Wonder Woman is just like she's only on the Mount Rushmore because she's the female super. It's like, no, bro, she's actually just a good fucking character.
No. Oh my god, we could spend another 2 hours talking about that.
Like, she's just actually a good fucking character, because right after she says that, the next line is, "You will find me less accommodating if I see you're still a monster when giving your freedom." So it's not like she's just being, oh, Wonder Woman's this naive. It's like, no, bro. She's being like a good person, and she's giving her a chance of freedom, a chance to be better, while still being firm and being like, don't let me catch you slipping because I'll still beat your ass. Yeah, that's Wonder Woman, bro.
I will say this very fast. and this is coming from someone who grew up loving Wolverine, because obviously he's also named Logan, so as a little kid I just liked the character a lot. Anyone that puts Wolverine on a Mount Rushmore over Wonder Woman,
yeah, it's wrong. It's wrong.
You're just stupid, bro. I'm sorry. Your only reasoning is basically that you just don't think a woman belongs there because, oh well, she doesn't have that much notable stuff. You don't think about her when you think about superheroes. Which if you don't, okay. But bro, I think about the Justice League.
I do. I do.
Like, bro, I'm telling you, I think about DC. I think about the Trinity. That's the first thing that pops up, and that's coming from.
And I hate, bro, because there's people out there like, man, the Trinity should be Superman, Batman, and Flash. It's like, no, fuck that shit. Wonder Woman is that good of a character.
I have expressed Flash is one of, if not my favorite superheroes. I still will think about the Trinity first if I think about DC.
Exactly.
Like, that is how important Wonder Woman is to literally everything. Like, Wonder Woman has changed real life. That is how significant her character is.
Such a good character.
Like, most major female characters in a lot of medias don't exist without Wonder Woman at this point in time.
They don't.
And that's not even just superheroes. Like, even female superheroes, Miss Marvel, like, a lot, like, there's a million, Black Widow, like, any major female superhero you can think of,
they derive from her. Yeah.
They all derive from her to an extent, or if they did get created, they would not be at the level they are now without Wonder Woman.
Yeah, she's just like, that's why I love this thing so much, because it gets her character right.
It does.
This, like, even though, yeah, she was raised in fucking hell without her Amazons, raised by Cersei, like, all this random stuff that's, like, has not, like, Wonder Woman is not typically associated with, that's still Wonder Woman, though.
Wait, I pose a question to you.
What?
What do you think is more important to Wonder Woman's character, for her to have? The bracelets or the lasso?
The lasso. Oh my god, the lasso for sure. Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. You can, I feel like it would still be wrong, but you can get away with making a Wonder Woman movie or a Wonder Woman show without the gauntlets. To a certain extent, it would be bad, but you can still get away with it to a certain extent. You can't not do the lasso.
Or the invisible jet.
Because, no, okay, I don't know about that.
I don't know why they ever wrote that into existence.
I don't know, but the lasso you have to do. Because, like, I don't mind that this version of her doesn't have it because she has 3 different lassos that do different things.
I really like the lassos here.
The mainline comic Wonder Woman with her lasso of truth, that's part of, like that is part of her character. The fact that she could treat people the way she does, like, part of the reason why she can do that is because she has literally just a fucking lie detector on her hip at all times.
Yeah.
Like, that's why she can do that. So it's like, you need the lasso. You need the lasso.
The lasso is I would agree there. The lasso is more important. And I do like the lassos they had in this show, and I like how
in this comic.
Because I think in like her main lasso, I think it's blessed by Zeus, which they obviously can't do here. Or maybe it's not Zeus, but it's like a male god that blesses the lasso. Or maybe it's Hera. It's something like that, but they can't do that here, and they tie the actual magical aspect of Cersei, of Hecate.
I say Hecate. I don't know about you. We say it different. I don't know.
I've read it in a million different things. I still don't know how to pronounce it. I would have to look up the Greek pronunciation of it. But
yeah, I'll get my next one. We've already touched on this a lot, but like, I feel like I need to hammer it home again, because I feel like this is another thing that people don't take into account when they're disrespecting Wonder Woman's character. Is that such an underrated part of her character is her ties to Greek mythology. And it's always so cool to see her interactions with DC's versions of the Greek gods, especially in the Absolute universe. Because you see her where she's talking to Cersei, and she's like, you created me, or the gods created me for a specific purpose, to be a champion of humanity and to protect humanity and to be good, regardless of who it is that I'm facing up against. She outright says multiple times in this comic run, even if it is the gods themselves, I will stand for what's right. That is Wonder Woman. And it is so fucking good, because it's like you see her interact with these gods and goddesses, and you see her stand up to them. Where, like, I'll get to it later, the annual issue where she prays to Athena every other fucking panel, every other day, talking about, you need to fucking fix Medusa, because I know you're a goddess, and I know you're wise, and I know you're powerful, and this and that, but if you really did this to her, this is cruel, and this is a mistake that you need to fix, because that's what's right. And that is really good, because it's like, most other times when you see like any other character involved with, like, these Greek gods, they're not interacting with them like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, because Wonder Woman is so
Because she is more powerful than, it is shown that she is as powerful as Hades, who's one of the strongest gods. Exactly. In this. So it's like she can directly challenge these people.
She can directly challenge them, and like yes, she prays them and she shows them respect and all this stuff, but she's still like, she still knows that like, I'm not going to be a blind servant to these gods either.
Yeah, or when she directly challenges Gaia, the primordial.
Literally, she directly
Gaia is the first. Gaia exists before the void.
And she's not like challenging these gods just to challenge them, just to be annoying or just to fucking be contrarian. She's doing it for a reason.
Yeah,
and every single time, she knows that she's in the right, but she doesn't come off as like arrogant about it. And it's like the way she's written in this comic line. And almost all of her interactions are perfect.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
No. And I'm going to segue kind of off of that a little bit different. Minus Hades, I felt like the design of every single god and goddess we saw was so good.
Hecate was really good.
Athena was really good. Athena was really good. Gaia was amazing to me.
Gaia was amazing.
Aphrodite was really good.
Aphrodite, oh my god. I can't wait to see, because they're going to have more stuff.
Wait, give me a sec, because I want to talk about that.
Yeah.
But the only one I genuinely just disagree with was Hades just being this like blue like figure.
Fire, flame thingy, yeah.
Which like, because all of the other ones kind of represent what they're the god/goddess of, and Hades is just kind of like there. And it's like, I'm not saying you have to make him as edgy as
his wife mogged the fuck out of him.
For sure, bro.
Persephone mogged the shit out of him.
I'm not saying you have to
let me actually try to find that. Where would that be?
That would be issue like 6 or 7 probably.
6 or 7?
But like, it's like
that's way after this.
I'm not saying he has to be as edgy as in like the Wonder Woman 2018 movie, where he has that dark helmet, like where he looks like Wonder Woman does, kind of.
So like the Medusa looks crazy.
Where
is it? That's Hecate looks insane.
Yeah, with like the bayonet kind of chest thingy.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, but especially with Aphrodite, and because the whole thing, like, they say
this Hades just does not look good.
It looks good, obviously drawing wise, but it's not Hades. That's my thing. Yeah. Even Prometheus. I like Prometheus.
Prometheus did look good as well, yeah.
The Basilisk, like all of that. But no, what was I saying? Aphrodite, I'm really excited for seeing what they do with her. Because throughout this entire show, literally like one of the first lines in issue 1.
Look at Persephone, man. That is beautiful.
Literally one of the first lines in issue 1 is Circe talking about how Diana has brought love into her life.
Yeah.
So I want to see what Aphrodite, the goddess of love, because we see Diana mention it. It's like you taught me the meaning of love or something like that in one mission, and then you've disappeared ever since. Which like it's very clear Aphrodite's gonna come back.
Yeah.
I just really want to see what they do with that, because that is probably
that could very much easily turn this like run from like, that could make the run go up levels.
Yeah.
Depending on how they pull it off.
That is gonna be like the game changer for you, because they're leaning. Like, obviously, Diana's always been into Greek mythos, but they're leaning so much into the Greek mythos in this Absolute line. Like, it is, like, you to the point where you get her rogue gallery in one issue.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of get, like, a Sinister Six kind of thing going on with her.
Where they throw, they kill Cheetah. They literally kill Cheetah, which I thought that was cool as fuck, I'm not gonna lie.
Which, I'm not gonna say I have problems with that, but I'm gonna have to wait and see how good Kale ends up being before I say anything about that.
Yeah, and she was calling, you know when she was calling the one guy and they were talking about it, and she calls him Grim, right? Mm-hmm. You know, it's Grim the gorilla. He's like similar to Grodd. He's like a super intelligent gorilla. I Googled it. I saw the name and I'm like, this is familiar. Let me Google it. And then it pops up this like wiki page for him. I'm like, what the who is this?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even think it's a flash, but like, bro, you can Google it right now. It's search Grim DC. But like,
it's 2 M's, isn't it?
2 M's, yes.
Grim DC.
Not that. Hold on. DC Comics. Hold on.
Yeah, DC Comics.
Yeah, there you go. From New Earth.
New Earth. Let's see. What does this guy look like?
He's a gorilla. That's what he looks like.
Oh yeah, he literally just.
He's a gorilla.
Bro, the first fucking panel is him saying, "I'm going to mash you into fine paste."
If you look, his power is super intelligence. That's his power. He's literally just Gorilla Grodd. He's literally just Gorilla Grodd.
Genius level intellect, yeah. Which, I mean, fair enough. I don't know.
Which, like, but I do like how they tied it into. Oh, this is another thing. I like how we got to actually see Batman, and even though I felt like the team up was a little flat, I do like a lot of references to Superman. I like how Diana said we need to make a team or something like that. Mm-hmm. I'm interested to see how they bring in especially Green Arrow, because their interpretation of Green Arrow, I've seen that. I want to read that one because they make him like a Robin Hood type thing. I want to see how they do with that, especially how Diana does with that.
I kind of want to read the Absolute Flash one.
I do want to read Absolute Flash as well.
We'll talk about this after we're done recording. I feel like we should talk about one of the other Absolute ones after we're done with this.
I don't want to do Batman. That's my thing.
I'm leaning to agree with you, to be honest. But we'll talk about that after we're done recording. I'll give my next one, and this actually is kind of funny because this kind of goes directly against something you just said. I thought the Batman team up was really good. I really liked it, and like, I personally thought one of the big reasons why I liked it is because, in my personal opinion, I think it set it up very well for Diana to become the heart of the Justice League as she should be.
As she should be,
right?
Yeah. Like her forming the Justice League, I would very much like.
Exactly, because a lot of the times it's Superman forming it or Batman forming it, and they're just kind of bringing everyone together, and it's more of a thing of like Diana comes in and just provides that, like, the heartbeat of it afterwards. Like, I would like it if Diana's the one who's like bringing the people together and is like, let's all become a collective thing and become the actual heartbeat of the Justice League, because I think people really underestimate and really underrate in general how important Diana is to the Justice League. There is no Justice League without Diana, and that's not just because she's a member of the Trinity and she's one of the only female members. It's not because of that. It's because of the fact that, like, she is like she has the hope of Superman, but she has the, like, abilities of of Superman, I guess, as well. But like she has the abilities of almost everyone on the team. Yeah. In terms of like she has a little bit of everyone in terms of ability wise.
The best way I would think of it is she literally is the Band-Aid for everyone else.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you explained it way better than I did. Yeah, but like, that's one of the reasons why I really liked it. And like, listen, I know Bruce has a Catwoman in this universe, and Diana has a Steve, and maybe I'm in the minority when I say this, but I hope that this is the universe where they finally make these two be together, because they have teased it for forever in so many different medias. And I'm like, listen, bro, I know they've set up Catwoman and Bruce in this universe, and I know they set up Steve and Diana decently well, but bro, I know it's probably not gonna fucking happen, but like, looking at them together, bro, like, I know you're saying no, but like, looking at them together and that team up, I'm like, I can see this one working, bro.
Yeah, they're never taking Steve. They're not gonna kill this Steve Trevor off. They're not gonna take him.
They might kill him off.
They might kill him off. I don't think they're gonna
They're
not giving Bruce. They're not giving Bruce after that. Yeah, I mean, do you have any more?
I have two more.
Just list them.
Okay. My next one is the annual issue. Was my favorite. And it's so good because it captures Diana's character perfectly. This version of Athena is obviously super good and it looks amazing. But I fucking loved the stuff with Medusa in the annual issue. I loved, like, the interaction you see between Diana and Medusa in, like, the fucking, like, obviously, like, when she's, like, finally, like, healing her. And you figure out that, like, the one thing she asked from Athena was, let me be able to look at Medusa. Let me be able to actually see her for who she is. And it was like, it was beautiful, bro. Like, there's, like, I don't think I've ever seen an adaptation of Medusa this, like, fleshed out and this, like, complex in very little, like, time. Like, they don't have, like, a lot of time with Medusa. In terms of time
frame, yes, I agree.
And, like, they don't have a lot of time with Medusa here. Like, I thought Percy Jackson did a good job at it. I thought, I'm kind of blanking on other adaptations of Medusa right now. But I'm sure there's other adaptations that have done pretty well with Medusa. This version of Medusa, though, is, like, feels... You barely get any of her, and she feels like such a good character and, like, complex character in such little time. And it's because of the fact that, like, Diana herself is, like... I really don't want to, like, over-exaggerate when I say this. In my opinion, though, Diana, Wonder Woman, is the perfect female character, in my opinion. Yeah. I think she is. Yeah. I don't think that's a stretch to say that.
In terms of, yeah, I would agree with that. In terms of, I would say female, in terms of the feminist narrative, I think that's the perfect representation of it.
She's, like, in my opinion, she's the perfect female character. She still won't pass Ahsoka Tano for me just because Ahsoka Tano is my favorite female character of all time. But Diana's up there, man.
Because of Jinx.
Jinx is different because I only really like season 1 Jinx, so it's a little different. But like, Diana's up there. Ahsoka will always be number 1, but those kind of characters are definitely up there. My last one that I want to talk about is that I don't really have a set opinion on this version of Zatanna so far, but I'm kind of leaning positively because I'm like, I like what they've done with her so far, but I need to wait and see what they do with her, like, and what they have planned for her.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah. She was my favorite side character that they showed in the season.
For sure.
So yeah, I mean, we're kind of running out of time here. So
a little bit, yeah.
We're gonna wrap it up right there. You want to do the outro?
Yeah. If you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, hype the video, whatever that means. I still don't even really know what that means. But if you're on Spotify, follow our account on Spotify as well. If you have made it to this point of the video, like, I don't know, just like get our name out there, please. We're almost like fucking 4 months in, and we have still yet to kind of transfer an audience over to YouTube. So it'd be really helpful if we could get any sort of, boost. Put our name out there, boost, whatever you want to say. But we'll see you guys next week. I forget what we have planned for next week, but
you'll find out next week.
You'll find out next week. And yeah, we'll see you guys then.